Heal the world, make this a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying, but if you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hi everybody, Lady Cheryl here. It is a very windy day here in North Texas. I'm getting ready to share with you how I make comfrey tea. I use comfrey tea to fertilize every tree, bush, vine, and plant in my garden. Now I have my mask on because my allergies are really bad right now, especially with the winds being as high as they are. I have to protect myself. So I use Russian Comfrey Blocking 14. You can't purchase seeds to grow it. You can't grow it by seeds, I guess that's what I should say. You have to purchase little cuttings, and I get mine from eBay. And I let it grow very tall and before I cut a lot of it down and ferment it in rainwater. Okay, so I'm going to tell you and show you how I do it. This is part 1 of the video, and in 3 weeks I'll bring back part 2 where I actually will go ahead and show you how I dilute the fertilizer, how I apply the fertilizer, as well as how I store it. Okay, let's get started. As you can see here, all of that is comfrey. It's about 3 feet high. So what I'm going to do is take my saw right here and I'm going to cut it down. And I don't think I can show you that part, and you don't want to hear that anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it down, and I hope this little honeybee is not going to be mad at me. But I'm going to take it down about 6 inches at a time, and that way I'll have small pieces because I'm going to put them into plastic buckets that I just received my order from Home Depot. I had it express delivered, and I'm going to fill these 3 5-gallon buckets up with this comfrey, and then I'm going to put rainwater in it, and then I'm going to let them ferment for about 3 weeks. Okay. Okay, so this is what I cut down. And I'm thinking that's going to be enough for 3 5-gallon buckets. So, yeah, a little out of breath, but that's okay. I got the job done. I'm going to leave this here right now, and if I need more, I'll cut more. And I also want to show you a different area where I have comfrey. Okay, so you can see I have comfrey growing over here. I have some back there, up against that fence, and yeah, it's going pretty good. What I'm excited about is I'm gonna let you see up here. Look at my grapes. Isn't that beautiful? I'm gonna go in closer. Let's see, and let you see those grapes. Isn't that pretty? Getting leaves. I want you to see the grapes. This is going to be a good year if the Lord continues to say the same. It's real windy here, so last year in June we had a terrible storm. Might have heard me say this before. Winds reached 72 miles an hour. I was at the airport and all the lights went out. My sister came to visit me and she was treating me to a trip to Disney World. And Yeah, and when I got back, I had lost a lot of grapes because there were major power outages. Somebody fell on one of those building scaffolds downtown. But man, I've only had these for 2 years, and I'm so excited, guys. All I feed these grapes is fish emulsion with seaweed in it from Neptune's. Let me see if I can get this grape here. That's my finger. Yeah. Isn't that gorgeous? Just loaded with grapes. Yeah, I don't use the regular fish emulsion. I use the one that has seaweed in it because I need to have some more potassium so that these grapes will produce grapes. If I feed it just plain fish emulsion, then I've learned that the plants won't flower and produce grapes or any kind of fruit if you give it too much nitrogen. So I just wanted to share that with you. I have 3 grapevines and they're loaded. And also I'm going to share this with you. This is the parsley. Remember, guys, I harvested most of it and I said I'm going to let some of it go to seed. As you can see, it's getting ready to go to seed. And it was very important for me to harvest this particular variety because I ran out of seeds. And this plant stayed all winter long. We had a mild winter. And once you find something that will grow all year round in your area, try to harvest those seeds so you can continue growing the same type. You can hear those winds. It's crazy out here. So now I'm getting ready to go in the house. I'm going to get my buckets. I'll be right back. So I'm in my foyer, and here are the 3 buckets that I just had delivered from Home Depot. And you can see I'm touching them. And the reason why I'm touching them because I wiped them down, all of them, 3 times with bleach water. And I've got 3 tops over there too. So I'm going to take these outside, fill up the buckets, and then I'll put rainwater in them. And I'll be back and I'll show you what I do after that. Okay, guys, so I have the container completely full, and I mean I really stuffed this full. So this fertilizer is going to be more concentrated than any fertilizer I've ever done, because usually I take one of those mesh bags that you can get at Home Depot or any fabric store. I think they have them at dollar stores. And I fill it up and I fill the bucket up so the solution is weaker. But this is going to be more concentrated. This should last me all summer. And as you can see here, I filled these 2 up. And I put a brick on top of it. And it has this little ring around here. So it's airtight. And I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to screw it on a little bit and make sure that it's all the way down. Can't hardly do it real good with one hand, guys. And then I put a brick on top of it. But when I get through filming, I'm going to go back and make sure that that's all the way down and then get the brick on. And I'm going to leave them right here. Now, if I was doing this in the winter time, I would put it in the sun. I'm going to leave these right here. 1, because I don't feel like picking them up and straining myself. And 2, it's hot enough down here in North Texas for this to ferment right where it is. Now, in part 2 of this video, in 3 weeks, I'm going to show you exactly what I am going to do with this mixture. And first, let me tell you, I need to warn you that it really smells horrible when you take that lid off. So again, I'll be having my mask on, I'll be having rubber gloves on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze all of the fertilizer out of the leaves that have been fermenting for 3 weeks. And then I'm going to pour it up into gallon jugs. Now, the leaves that will be wet and stinky, I'm going to put them in my fruit trees up under the wood chips, because that those leaves, that still is really good as far as the nutrients are concerned. That's how I fertilize my fruit trees. I put those wet comfrey leaves that have been fermenting for a while in my fruit trees or around my fruit trees. And I also take some comfrey and just chop and drop it. Okay? I'll move the wood chips back, and then I put that comfrey there, and then I will put the wood chips back on it so animals and insects won't be attracted so much to it. Now, when it comes time for you to apply your liquid comfrey, you want to dilute it at least 1 to 2 parts water. But the longer that it has been fermenting, the stronger it will be. So if you're putting it on some plants that are not that old, I recommend that you maybe perhaps dilute it 1 part fertilizer to about 8 part water. Okay, 8 parts water. But if it's a tree, if it's a fruit tree or nut tree, I wouldn't dilute it so weak because it can handle a little bit more nutrients. Okay, I just want to make myself clear. Do not put this straight on your plants. You can put it on around the root area of your trees and your plants, and you also can dilute it even weaker as a foliar spray. Okay? All right. Now, the Russian blocking 14 comfrey has a real deep tap root. And by the way, make sure that you get the Russian blocking 14 comfrey because there are 33 species of comfrey, but this one is known to have all the NPK that your plants will need. Okay? And it's even the one of the few rare plants that has vitamin B in it. So I got mine from eBay, but you could purchase it everywhere, basically. But now I'm going to tell you about some ways to use comfrey. I'm telling you guys, when I started using comfrey, I made a big difference in my garden. For best results of your liquid comfrey fertilizer, apply it when you first see your fruit is setting. Never apply it when you are expecting a heavy rain so the liquid doesn't get diluted. And do not ever use comfrey tea fertilizers on your young seedlings or your new transplants that you may purchase at the garden center. I'm going to show you guys something. If you look right over there, you'll see an apple. See right there? There's one down here. It's so windy. You can look over here and look at my Fuyu persimmon tree, and you look all down on the ground. You'll see that they're falling off. But that's okay, because this tree is loaded. So we'll get more than we did last year. And every year it'll get better and better. But you can see a lot of persimmons even right over there. Let me bring it in closer. This persimmons all the way down here. It's like over 100 on the tree, so it'll be okay. And then I'm seeing right over there, you see those little orange spots? Where's my finger? Right there and right. I saw 2 of them. It doesn't matter, but that's my persimmon tree right over there. It's loaded too. But Mother Nature is going to let some of the fruit fall off the tree with the wind. So don't get upset over it. If you're new to gardening and you see your fruit on the ground, don't get upset. You're going to lose some to the wind and the rain, and you're going to lose some to animals, squirrels, what have you. But God will still bless you with a whole lot more. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? Each one of these flowers is a pomegranate or pomegranate. You know, somebody had the audacity to correct my English. You live to be 66 years old and speak as intelligently as I do. Then you can correct somebody. You better go ask somebody. I don't care. Okay, I just want to share that with you guys. It is so windy, but I'm going to show you a couple pears. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I feel so blessed. There's one back there. Can't hardly see it. I'm going to take you over here and let you see some of my apples. Isn't that beautiful? Every day, guys, they get bigger and bigger. I just love it. Love it, love it. Just love gardening. Uh-oh, come on, be still, baby. There we go. Share that with you. Okay, I'm out for now. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to watch my video. You guys know that I appreciate you very much. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share my video. You guys know that God loves you, and I love you too. Thank you for watching. Bye now.
The end.